Let's say you're writing an email to a colleague or teacher of yours. And even though you're friendly with them, you know damn well this has to be formal. So no abbreviations or slang or emojis or unsolicited nudes, you get the idea. Instead, you need to make sure you're sounding both professional and interested. Herein lies the problem. In the context of this situation, interest must equal excitement. And the truth is, it's incredibly hard to convey excitement through formality without sounding like a complete tool. You can try to be creative with your word choice or how you structure your writing, but there's only one option here. Using exclamation points. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not completely against exclamation points, because who doesn't like talking loudly? They have their use and they serve it well, but when they're brought over to this formal setting, that's when shit really hits the fan. Because of how versatile exclamation points are, they can be interpreted in very different ways. Like one person can see it and think, oh, this is being said in a very upbeat manner and is slightly louder than speaking level. Meanwhile, someone else can see it and think the sentence is being screamed by Corey Taylor. And so, in a formal setting, you're not only forced to use them, you also need to learn how to not overuse them. I know this sounds really stupid, but exclamation points are something you're gonna completely overthink and will force you to swallow your pride. Because when you're talking to someone in a professional manner, you want to give off the impression you're excited to work with them. Even if you're not, it still goes a long way so they don't think, wow, this guy's a total douchebag for not using exclamation points. Clearly they don't care about what we're doing. Guess I better talk shit about them to everyone I know so they can't do anything for the rest of their life. Granted, this problem only affects the degenerates who still use email, but there's a sort of emotional expectation with exclamation points. Some people hold them in very high regard and will base their entire lives around them and expect others to do the same as well. There's a great episode of Seinfeld that perfectly encapsulates this, where it starts with Elaine breaking up with a guy for not using one.
You should learn to use them. Like the way I'm talking right now, I would put exclamation points at the ends of all of these sentences. On this one and on that one.
Well, you can put one on this one. I'm leaving!
Here she's projecting her own insecurities, which as a result pushes away someone significant in her life. Later on, she goes to Jerry's house, expecting him to take her side, only to be chastised again.
It's an exclamation point! It's a line with a dot under it!
Well, I felt a call for one.
Call for one. I thought I heard of everything. I never heard of a relationship being affected by punctuation.
Now here's where it gets interesting. The episode then cuts to Elaine at her job, where she has the same argument over exclamation points again, this time with her boss. But unlike before, we witness the context she uses them in, and it becomes clear just how much of a problem it is.
There seems to be an inordinate number of exclamations. A damp and chilly afternoon, so I decided to put on my sweatshirt. I pulled the lever on the machine, but the Clark bar didn't come out. Get rid of the exclamation points. I hate exclamation.
At this point, Elaine's entire world comes crumbling down. Everything she believed in has been a lie, and it's all because she put so much faith in the exclamation point. Is she wrong for believing they have a purpose? No, but she believed they served every purpose, leading to her inevitable downfall by her own hands. This is a fate all exclamation point enthusiasts will suffer because of how polarizing the punctuation mark is. It's not something like a comma or a period that can be used in any situation, or even like a question mark, which has a very specific purpose. Exclamation points have always been super up in the air in terms of utility, and when someone tries to go against that, it just leads to disappointment. That's not to say they should be removed from our lingo, but there's something we need to use more sparingly to protect their utility and effectiveness. Maybe next time you write an email or an angry review online, try to be more conscious with the amount of exclamation points you use. It may not seem as detrimental, but it lets everyone know you have something called restraint.